To your InPlace tutorial. They will send you a link. Click on the link. Go to staff and students. You can see your confirmed appointments. So go to whichever one you are in. All right, then you're going to go over to your schedule, which is pretty much where you're going to do everything out of. In order to be able to log patients, you're going to need to add a day to your schedule. And a time that you're supposed to be there. You can also do 24 hours on this, so that's helpful. All right, now we're going to go to our day that we added, and we're going to click on a little logbook. All right, before you can log patients, you have to put in what hours you were actually present. All right, so then you just kind of go through and put in what you need to put in. Okay. Encounter type, let's say it was an antepartum visit, of which you will have many. Say the patient was 20 and African American. I would just check with Denise for guidelines on what all of this is really most important to fill out. The encounter type is super important. Your ICD-10 codes and CPT codes are super important because those will come out on your report at the end. So like if you did an ultrasound, that would be 76815, and you would add that. Okay, you can also, as you saw, you can search for them in there. And then ICD-10 code, maybe supervision of pregnancy. You can see there's a lot to sort through. So you could just do Z34, which is just supervision of normal pregnancy, or you can specify for trimester. Okay, so just make sure you add everything you do there. You also have to have an activity, like your time with the patient. Were you the person doing the visit, or were you just observing? And let's say I spent 30 minutes. Okay. All right, and prescription's important, so make sure that if you do any prescriptions, you fill that out. Let's say diclofenac, and you could put the dosage. All right, if you have a birth, you need to fill out all this stuff at the bottom. Otherwise, don't. Then we can go to add the next session. So basically, as much as you put into this system is as much as you're going to get out of it. And for many of you, you may need this for your employer. Sometimes you have to click add session a couple times for it to really get the gist. So the really nice thing is that after you've done one visit of a certain type, just make a note of what day that visit was and what number the visit was, like what number in your day the visit was, because then you can just copy and paste. So once you've done one routine antepartum, you have the template where you can just edit it instead of having to put everything in there. So that makes your life a lot easier. I recommend keeping a book, like a log book of your own with all of your patients in it with their basic information that you're going to need for this. Basically, you just want to have, you're going to know who your preceptor is, right? What kind of visit it was, age, race, any pertinent information, any ICD-10 codes or CPT codes, procedures you did, prescriptions, and but yeah, that's a nice condensed way to keep it so that you can fill out your InPlace logs later. All right, so once you're done, you're going to hit submit. I'm just going to hit save as draft. Make sure that it's good when you submit it because you cannot get it back. At the end, you're going to hit shared documents, or you can check this as you go through as well. Go to midwifery logbook activity and download. And this is kind of the end product that you'll get. All right, so you can see I've had 674 patient encounters. 46 births. I really only had 41. A couple were observation and a few were C-sections that I logged. So probably don't log C-sections as your births since they don't count. You can see it has all my visit types. This is super important because this shows that I met the ACNM standards for visit types. The ICD-10 codes are important as well. It does only give you the top 25, which is kind of a bummer, but you can see I treated some vaginitis, had routine GYN exams, lots of routine up here, headache, asthma, heartburn, gestational hypertension, all that good stuff. And then my CPT codes. This is how you're tracking your number of Nexplanon insertions, which you can see here, or your IUD insertions, your ultrasounds that you've done, your non-stress tests, all that good stuff. And then eventually it has your hours, all of your hours that you had at the end here too. So I'm available for questions, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out from here and you'll do great. Best of luck to you, my fellow future midwives.